Hi, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm
I
well. How
like
are
that
you?
background, okay? It's like minimalist,
Hey,
but it's just giving me everything that I need.
thank you. We went industrial chic in the
I
office,
was
you
here
know.
for it. You got me like worried about my background now. I gotta step my game up next
Oh,
time.
you're all good, love. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you
Good.
surviving the quarantine right now?
Surviving. I'm actually like thankfully very capable of thriving during this time. I mean, like there's definitely elements of life that I miss, of course. It's just kind of how it goes. I miss I miss being on stage. I miss Broadway. I miss like being on set and filming things and whatnot. But creatively, I've been able to stay very stimulated. So that's been really great. And the gaming industry's kept me super busy, and producing, developing some films and TV series and things has kept me busy. But like I'm able to be home in LA, which is really great. I'm a fiance here, my dog, my family lives like 15 minutes from me, and it's all it's we're functioning. We're functioning.
You're all set.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how is it, you're already a performer, you're a dancer, Dancing with the Stars winner. How is it really going from performing on stage and coming to work it where, you're acting, but also too with the dancing involved with it as well? What does the preparation look like?
I mean, thankfully I've been that's something that I have a lot of experience in. I've filmed movie musicals before, and worked on TV shows and things like that where there's a dance element to it as well. And so not to mention theater, just growing up doing theater, working on Broadway, et cetera. I mean, it's all just kind of it can all flow together depending on the project, obviously depending on the material. But yeah, I mean, this was no different in that way. I think that the thing that I love most about the film really is just that it's not just about the dance. It's not just about that form of art that is obviously so beautiful and so important, and it's a universal language, blah 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 blah. It's really about people. And I think that that's the thing that drew me into the project initially, was that it wasn't just a dance film. It's a coming of age film. It's about evolving as a person, and, plans changing, and, dealing with things and how to navigate things and relationships, communication, and, so on and so forth. And that's all stuff that I think is very important, especially in film, and especially in things that we watch right now. I think it's good to have a film that is a feel good. It's a true underdog story, and having people to root for. I think is something that we need as a species.
Exactly. And one of the things that I really enjoy about your character is we see these overarching themes of people feeling like they have to follow the checklist, and if
Yeah,
one thing goes the wrong way, my dreams are over. And I wanted to know
right.
for you, throughout your career, do you feel like you've had to conform to this path of success, or have you found a way to create your own path?
Yeah. Yes. And also absolutely not in terms of having to follow the checklist. I mean, like that's just that. My career is 16 years old, and it has taken me all sorts of different routes in ways that I didn't anticipate. I thought that Broadway was going to be the thing that I did first, and that ultimately came over a decade after I started working in this industry. I fell in love with theater, fell in love with art, all on the same day when I was in fifth grade, and that was after years and years of gymnastics and training, and thinking that I was going to go to the Olympics. Like that was the goal. That was the initial goal for me. And I think that the messaging here that I think is some of the most important for the younger generations that watch this film, to kind of take with them afterwards, is the importance of understanding how okay it is for your plans and your goals to change or evolve, or however you want to define that for yourself. It's so important to allow that to happen, because ultimately our passions grow for certain things. Sometimes our passions evaporate for certain things. And I think that at the end of the day, life is long, right? And we have the flexibility to try things and experiment and do new things, and step outside of our comfort zone, which like should be celebrated. It's exactly what Quinn does throughout the film. And sometimes it takes a certain curveball in your life to knock you down a little bit, and then find your passion reinvigorated on the other end of it, and then it ultimately becomes greater on the other side of that. And that's some of the messaging here that I love in this film. And why I was so excited to do it in the first place. I'm like, oh my gosh, a film about a girl figuring herself out, thinking that she had it all planned out, and then all of those plans changing due to something new that she fell in love with. Like, yeah, like let's talk about that because that's important.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I hope you have a
It's my
great rest of your
pleasure.
day.
Thank you so much. Likewise.